Since becoming the Environment Minister in 2021, Tim Halman has missed multiple self-imposed deadlines to proclaim the Coastal Protection Act. Today, Halman made clear what many have suspected for more than a year. The legislation is dead in the water. Halman says lots has changed since 2019 when the bill was first passed, and he says that the necessary tools are in place to help fight climate change without being prescriptive about how people use and develop their coastal property.
What we need to do is to set Nova Scotians up for success and make sure that we support informed decision making so that as they make a decision about their property, they have the most up-to-date information about the hazards and risks.
Rather than proclaiming the Coastal Protection Act, today the minister released a new online mapping tool. It allows anyone to go online and see what the prospective worst-case scenario is for sea level rise for a piece of property along Nova Scotia's coast. The province is also providing resources to help people use that map, and it'll provide resources to municipalities to help them develop their own bylaws to govern land use development. The province also released today a guide for people for how they can safeguard and protect their own property. They'll tell you in that guide that you shouldn't put armor stone along their property, but they won't say that you cannot do it. Opposition MLAs say that amounts to a cop-out by Halman and his government and downloading responsibility on homeowners and municipalities.
We just got through a year where we had the worst flooding in modern history, the worst wildfires in modern history, and the worst snowfalls in the last couple of decades. So to sit there and say, oh yeah, all those things are happening, but municipalities, you deal with it and figure it out, is just a pretty pathetic response to an issue.
This is deeply disturbing. So they're abandoning Nova Scotians, they're abandoning municipalities. We have really no plan on how we're going to protect our coastline.
The president of Nova Scotia's Federation of Municipalities say councils were hoping for a provincially coordinated effort and that would have been easier than leaving it up to each individual municipality to do this work. Carolyn Bolivar-Getson says that if the province wants municipalities to take the lead, it's going to need to provide more money, particularly for small units that lack the staff and resources to do this work on their own. Michael Gorman, CBC News, Halifax.